Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Kind of beer that I got from my brother for Christmas, and I should probably drink it soon because it's a big IPA. This is the Left Hand Twin Sisters Double IPA. Left Hand Brewing Company. Pretty long description on here. It says they're going for double, not just double the hops, but double the malts. So they're going for a balanced beer here. It doesn't say anywhere on the bottle, but it's 9.6% ABV, and I have no idea as to the freshness date, but I do like that red hand on the white cap. Alright, we have a pretty standard double IPA here. I mean, just straight up orange. Extremely hazy. I actually noticed there's sediment at the bottom of the bottle. So I don't know if it's bottle conditioned or if it's just unfiltered. But yeah, anyways, orange. It's almost like a bright orange. It probably looks a little dark on camera. It is it's very malty aroma for a double IPA. I'm getting that kind of lollipop type caramel in there, but definitely some kind of light pine in there. Maybe a little like citrus pith or peel or whatever. Not like a very citrusy or, fruity type IPA. I can't even remember the last time I had a beer from Colorado, but, we should go there more often on the show. So, let's give it a try. Cheers. That's definitely very bitter. As soon as it hit my tip of my tongue, it was quite bitter. I just looked up on their website. It's 77 IBUs, which is pretty high, but it tastes like something even higher than that. Kind of reminds me of like the Heady Topper, which is like 120. Yeah, so I'm getting kind of like what I said on the nose, that kind of gold lollipop taste, kind of a caramel in there. Definitely some more like a sappier pine kind of resin. Really no juicy taste. Like it was instantly real juicy taste. Is like it's almost like a frozen fruit juice concentrate as opposed to like freshly squeezed orange juice or grapefruit juice like we tend to get in like a Stone or Racer 5 or a Pliny or something like that. Yeah, up front you just get like quite a lot of sweetness, caramel, kind of lollipop. It's bitter to the whole thing. On the back end you get this kind of like almost like a fruit juice concentrate syrup type flavor mixed with like a piney resin. Really interesting palate, especially considering like from the smell and from the taste. This is like almost a malt forward double IPA. Well, I still got plenty of beer here left, so we'll take a little break and come back with my final thoughts on the Twin Sisters Double IPA. Alright, I am back, and that is some beautiful lacing on the glass there. Overall, I have to say, I really like this beer. It kind of reminds me of the Avery Maharaja, but not as juicy as that beer. This one's way more malt forward, and I'm noticing that with a lot of the Colorado double and or just IPAs in general, they tend to be very, very malt forward for the style. They kind of have this kind of caramel and toffee kind of taste and aroma to it. Maybe butterscotch is a better example. Very, very sweet. It's like you're drinking like some kind of like a confectionery syrup or like a fruit juice kind of concentrate syrup with a lot of hops in there. So it's a very interesting dynamic. In fact, it kind of messes with your head because you get so much sweetness and so much bitterness at the same time. As for drinkability, the drinkability is pretty good, I guess. It has a very kind of intense mouthfeel. It's a very thick beer. It kind of like sticks to your teeth almost. But it's kind of nice and soft and tepid. As I said before, I would not call this refreshing at all. It is just too... It's too sweet and like too kind of dryingly bitter to be like refreshing. It's not more crisp and carbonated like a West Coast double IPA or anything like that. 9.6 ABV. I mean, they did a really good job of incorporating that in the beer. I think it might be a little too big for its own good, because you know when you get up past 9, you're starting to get into like really special beer territory, and you know I wouldn't really consider this a special beer. Yeah, so I like it. I think it's a very good beer. That's how I'm going to rate it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for the left-hand Twin Sisters Double IPA. It's a very good beer. Kind of like Maharaja, but like on a lesser scale. I think that, you know, they could... the beer is like a little too big for its britches or whatever. But I like it for what it is. I think it's just, you know, really, really, really sweet for the double IPA style. But I guess that's how they like it out in Colorado. So, yeah, 8 out of 10 for the Twin Sisters. So, thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.